Hello children. In the previous session of mathematics, we discussed on the lesson triangles. There we studied about the properties of triangles, the angle sum property, and also we learned various theorems upon it. So today we shall be beginning with one more new chapter in your geometry. Before we start with, let us just recall the things which we already know, like collinear and non-collinear points. As I said you, in the previous session we discussed about the triangle chapter. How do you obtain a triangle? It is obtained by joining any 3 points. If at all, 3 points, if at all, the 3 points are in a straight line, if the 3 points are in a straight line and when you join them, it becomes a straight line. If the 3 points are in straight line, such points are called collinear points. On joining 3 or more collinear points, what you obtain is a straight line. If at all you have 2 points which are collinear and third point anywhere but which is not collinear to the previous 2 points, then when you join such points, what you obtain is a triangle. What you obtain is a triangle. Similarly, if 3 or more points, that is non-collinear points. You know, collinear means all the points, if at all, they are in the straight line, then they are called collinear points. If the points are not in straight line, see these 2 points in case of a triangle are collinear, whereas the third point is not collinear. So now all the 3 points together are called non-collinear points. Similarly, if at all 3 or more points, non-collinear points you have, and if you join them, what you get is the question. Suppose, say, I have some points like this. See, points are not collinear. Why? Because when you join them, you don't get a straight line. Such points are called non-collinear points. So, when you join those non-collinear points, children, what you get is a 4-sided figure or a polygon. You all know about a polygon. So, such figure which is obtained by joining any 4 non-collinear points, 3 or more non-collinear points if you have, and the shape or the figure what you get by joining them, then that figure or shape is called a quadrilateral. It is called a quadrilateral. So in this lesson, children, mainly we are going to study about the quadrilaterals, its properties, its angles and properties, and mainly about the types of quadrilaterals and various theorems. So what is a quadrilateral means? It is a polygon, you can say as well, or the figure obtained by joining 3 or more non-collinear points is called a quadrilateral. So, you have studied about the quadrilateral. You know what is quadrilateral, its properties. We understood that if at all 3 out of 4 points, or points means this points, if 3 out of 4 points are collinear, when you join those points, what you obtain is a triangle. If at all the 4 points you have which are not collinear, then when you join them, what you get is the closed shape or the closed figure, and it is called the quadrilateral. After knowing what is the quadrilateral, let us study about the properties of the quadrilateral. So, any shape you can draw, any shape in the sense it should have 4 vertex. You know what is vertex, what are sides, what are angles, everything. So, we shall soon recall about the properties of the quadrilateral, or we shall learn it. Though you have studied, we will revise it once again. Now, vertex. What is a vertex? Means the two line segments which join or coincide at a point called the vertex. So, if you consider any quadrilateral, it has four vertex or four vertices. Vertices is the plural of vertex. So, A, B, C, D are the four vertices of the quadrilateral. So, and it has four sides as well. Which are the four sides? We will write here one by one. Like it has four vertices. Which are they? A, B, C and D are the four vertices, and it has four sides. Which are four sides? Side AB, side BC, side CD and side DA or DA are the four sides of the triangle. And of course, when it has four vertices, it should obviously have four angles. Which are they? Means angle A, angle B, angle C and angle D are the four angles of any quadrilateral you consider. It has four vertices, four sides and four angles A, B, C and D. And now you know what is the diagonal. How do you define a diagonal? It is a line. It is a line which is obtained by joining two non-adjacent vertices. Before that, children, let us know what is adjacent. So, A and B are adjacent sides now, adjacent vertices. Similarly, so B and C are adjacent, C and D are adjacent, D and A are adjacent. If one beside the other, or you can define it as, if at all it has common arm. Arm means side. Now, if I consider this vertex B and vertex A, for this AB, AD, BC. For vertex A, which are the line segments or sides means, arms means AD and AB are the arms of vertex A. Similarly, if you consider vertex B, which are the which are the arms, BC and BA are the arms of vertex B. So, now this AB, side AB or the arm AB is in common for both the vertex or vertices A and B, children. So, A and B are called adjacent vertices or adjacent. Similarly, AB, BC are the adjacent sides. CD, DA are the adjacent sides. Angle A and angle B are adjacent angles. Angle C, angle D are adjacent angles. Angle C, angle B are adjacent angles. You know how to represent the angle this way. So, four angles it has. If at all the angle has two common arms, like A and B, I call them as adjacent angles. Why? You can say they have common arm or they have arms which are in common, like AB, which I explained you just now. So, don't worry much about it. How you have to easily remember is, if at all the vertices are one beside the other, they are adjacent, children. What if not? Like A and C, B and D, if you consider, they are opposite. If they are not one beside the other, means obviously it should be opposite to each other. So, AB, BC, CD, DA are the adjacent points. Like angle A and angle B are adjacent angles. Angle B and angle C are adjacent angles. Angle C and angle D are adjacent angles. Angle D and angle A are also the adjacent angles. How about A and C? Angle D and angle B, they are opposite angles. So, they are, you have to know about the adjacent angles and opposite angles. I explained you this in order to say what is a diagonal. So, let us go back. A diagonal is the line segment which is obtained by joining non-adjacent vertices. Hope now you understood the meaning of non-adjacent. D and B, are they adjacent? No, they are not one beside the other. Instead, they are opposite to each other. So, instead of using the word opposite, we use the word non-adjacent here. Similarly, A and C, the line segment what we obtain by joining the opposite or the non-adjacent segments A and C is called the diagonal. So, totally you can draw two diagonals. So, a quadrilateral consists of two diagonals. What is a diagonal? It is a line segment obtained by joining the non-adjacent vertices of a quadrilateral or any figure you consider. Just stop it by saying non-adjacent vertices. So these are few properties of a quadrilateral. And when you say a quadrilateral, you have studied about different types of quadrilaterals. So next we shall see which are the types of quadrilaterals.